Here we have the Cooler Master Mastercase Pro 5. It's a relatively new case which we at Easy Gamer decided to use as our sort of base build. It's we have got cheaper options, but as an overall package we're extremely impressed with this case. To give you an idea of size, it can take an ATX board. And, to put it in perspective, starting off here, here's a standard ATX cheap case. Here's one of my gaming ones, and then here's a full tower. As you can see, it's sort of midway between the full tower and the ATX one, although it's slightly closer to the full tower side. To make up for it, it has got a very nice handle to make it easy to carry. If you compare it to something larger, here we have a Cosmos 2, also from Cooler Master. If you compare it to the Cosmos 2, it still looks relatively tiny, but it should be more than enough space for most people. As for the case itself, as I said, easy to carry. It's got a very nice side window panel here, nice look. It's got a dust filter at the front here. Front panel I/O has got two USB 3 ports, a headphone jack, a microphone, and then your normal on and off and hard drive LEDs. At the top, it's also got a dust cover that can be removed. Very nice thing with this one is it's got an ideal setup if you want to switch to liquid cooling later on and build in radiators. The case itself is quite wide actually. It's got quite a bit of distance here. The nice thing is it's enabled them to put a nice big fan at the back here and make everything incredibly easy to work on and very nice and accessible. And they've used little quick screws on just about everything here. And the nice thing of that is it's just a matter of unscrew, and you take off the one side panel. Unscrew, and you take off the back panel. And it's actually got a whole tray for the PSU as well, which works in a similar fashion. If we have a look on the inside of the case here, we've got space for an ATX motherboard here, which is very clever use of this bottom space here. We've also got quick release little slots where you can fit SSDs. It looks like you can fit one underneath and one on top, which I'm not quite sure why you would do it in that way, but I suppose if you have many you could. If we look towards the front, your normal large slots for CD-ROMs, 3.5-inch ones. Everything is very quick release. And the brilliant thing with this is it's got mounts where you can directly fit SSDs onto here as well. So the nice thing is it's just as easy to fit your normal standard size hard drives as it is to fit SSDs. And one of my favorite things about this case is what they've done with this whole rail here. All of this is movable. You've got quick screws here and on the back, and then you can physically move the whole docking space for the hard drives or for the drives. The reason why I say I'm a big fan of that is I tend to always go for the larger graphics cards. And if we have a look at this is a G1 Gaming 980 Ti, for example. If you try to fit it in here, the hard drive is in the way. But down here it can fit. So typically you would want to use the first or second slot on the motherboard for the graphics card. And with this specific case, unlike most cases, you can simply move all the hard drive bays down, and then you've got a case where if you later on want to upgrade to a really large hard drive, to a really large graphics card, it's as simple as undoing 4 screws and moving it around. Another very nice feature is that it's got this plate separating the top from the bottom, which if you have a lot of components generating a lot of heat here, you can completely separate it out, and you've got another 2 drive slots at the bottom here. Also quick release. I quite like what they did here. all your screws and connectors and everything for the case, they've actually fit into a hard drive sized box and put it into one of the quick connectors here. At the bottom here is a tray for your power supply, and what I really like, because this is normally an annoying thing to clean, is at the bottom here they've left enough space that you can just reach in and grab the dust filter for the power supply. That is a really nice touch, making this case very easy to maintain. The dust filters on some of the other cases I showed you are a mission to get to. The Cosmos, again, which is also Cooler Master, is a much easier one to work with. If we have a look at the back, there I managed to unlock that. I might as well show you this now. The dust covers, you just pull back, it releases, you can go wash it, let it dry, put it back in. Having the dust covers, a removable dust cover on a computer, really makes life a lot easier when you want to keep your components inside clean. At the top here, you've got a mount for either a double radiator or for more fans. Again, they've been extremely friendly with these little quick release screws. Everything is modular, so you can very quickly just remove it, install whatever you want to install, put it back in. They've really made it an extremely friendly case to work on. The back, it comes with covers for all the slots. All of them are attached with screws, nothing you need to break out, nothing that you can change that's irreversible on here. It's really the first case where I've seen there's no modifications that you really need or would want to do on the case. As here you can see the screws for the drive bays. It's very nice for cable management. It's got little channels where it's actually running all the front panel I/O in and the fans connectors. It's got little slots to go through which seem to close quite well around the cables, and all your power cables would come around from the bottom here through the back out into the motherboard, or out over the motherboard and down. They really have made it very, very friendly for an easy build and for a very clean build. In terms of build quality, this case feels incredibly sturdy. It really does feel like it's bigger brothers. In my opinion, the Cosmos 2 is a bit of an overkill if you ever want to move it around, which is the large one over there. But I've never found a case that has that kind of build quality until this one here. And it's at about half the price, so that helps too. And that's basically the case.